I've worked out there's roughly 6,600 hours in a year. And out of that amount of hours, I probably spend, on average, maybe about 6,000 hours on my own, without seeing people.
The main goal of this place is to, in a way, help brain injury survivors deal with social isolation and offering a safe space where they can spend time and socialize with other individuals that also have had a traumatic brain injury.
It's just a place where head injured people come, and there's no pressure. No one's gonna say he's worse than him or she's worse, because we're all the same. We play pool, we play games and that, and no one judges you and say you've got to do this or you've got to do that. You just do whatever you want, and there's no pressure.
If you're out somewhere and you meet people, I find it frustrating sometimes, because it's not tattooed on your head that you've got a head injury, and they just don't understand, the things that you have to go through and the problems you have now.
2006 at 1 o'clock in the morning it was. The last thing I remember before my accident, because I remember filling time cheating. I used to drive the shunting the wagons, pull them off the bays, and I remember filling some paperwork in. And the next thing I do, I think it was either the next morning, I can't remember when it was, I woke up in bed. I knew in an accident something were up, because my head was killing me, and my shoulder was hurting, a horrific headache. That was it. Door off a wagon, it fell off and it hit me on the back of the head. Well, it hit me outside of the head here. I don't remember a thing.
It's kind of hard to talk about how I am now, how I am since I've had this brain injury, because I'm still trying to work out this kind of person, because in my head I'm this other person that I used to be. It sounds a bit crazy really, but in a sense it's probably been like being two people.
If you want to start a relationship with somebody and you say, oh, you've had a head injury, they back off. In some ways it annoys me, because I can't help the way I am. It's as if it's a brick wall against you.
There's one fellow in particular who lives in my flat. I've been having trouble with him lately. I mean, he's 6'8", and his favourite word for me is he keeps calling him retard. Now he knows I'm brain damaged, he knows I'm disabled, but that's his favourite word to me. And I've not done nothing wrong to provoke him or say to call me this, but he's just one of them people. But you won't get any of that in here.
It's like grieving, like you used to be what you are now. You start thinking about, well, I can't provide for my wife and my kid. What am I going to do, money-wise? You're not worthy anymore. Because you think, oh, you're a wimp. You wouldn't used to be like that. And then you get ratty with yourself for weeks and weeks, months, it'll be years. You get depressed. That's a bad one. That's an hard one to shake off. I wanted to kill myself once upon a time. I even thought where I was going, what bridge I was using. When you think that now, it makes me dizzy thinking. That's how bad you were. That's pretty poorly, that.
Friends just drift away. They just don't understand why you can't drink and be how you were before. The good ones I've kept up with, but other ones, they've dropped away. That's one of the things that really upsets me now, because people don't relate very well to that sort of sense.
I've big problems if I go out socially. If I go into a pub, if I'm with more than one person, I feel lost. It's like I'm watching from the outside in. It's so weird. It's like I'm not involved. It's so stressful for me with all the different noises and overstimulation.
Say like, if I go to the station, the man knows me behind the counter because he knows I've had a head injury, so he'll go at my pace. Now, if it's someone I don't know, I get myself in a fluster. You know what I mean? It's as if I can't cope. They bombard me of all the times, and I have to have everything written down, or but we see, but this, that, and the other, and I understand what I've done. Then that's the way I get through, making a plan.
When I'm out in town and I bump into people, I feel embarrassed and you feel you're dead apologetic, and I feel it's my fault. Well, in a sense, it's not my fault because I didn't see him. It is scary because they can't see I've got a head injury, or they can't see I'm blind in one eye. They just treat me as normal, and if I bang into them, they might want to fight or they might want to hit me or something. And I'm not into doing that anymore. I can't, because if I get a bang on my head, it will kill me.
So there is a mixture of cognitive difficulties, behavioral problems that in a way make that relating to other people in social terms is a challenge. And the idea is that having a place like this, which works as a safe environment, where they can in a way relate to others without being worried about, looking awkward, looking strange, or behaving out of place sometimes, that in a way offers them some kind of experience of normality that they struggle to find outside.
6 down, please.
6 down, all right, 6 down. We have got horseman.
Jockey.
Yep. Short word.
Jock.
What do you do on a horse?
Ride.
So,
Yeah.
Rider.
Rider. Veronica.
Four down, please.
4 down, right.
In here, the crosswords, the games that we play, all them things, they help to stimulate your brain. Playing pool, being able to even sit and eat with somebody. I have to eat on my own most of the time. So it's not very nice. When you're used to having a massive family, it's just everything. The only thing that's not different about my life now is probably the way I look. The only thing. Everything else that was familiar to me is not. And I think if it wasn't for this place, I probably wouldn't be here now.
I used to have my carers, and they used to say, "No, come on, we're going to do this, get you involved more." And I never realised there's other people out there, the same, going through the same. You can talk to people and you think, "Oh, right, yeah." It was so good just to chat to people about the same thing. It really was. That you start coming out your shell a bit then.
And the difference between there and there is that here he's got lots of friends. You didn't have time to draw them all in, did you?
I'd say that one of the main changes that you have after a traumatic brain injury in the long run is that a very basic human need, which is that of belonging to a community, is compromised or is changed radically. And that's something that we take it for granted, because people without a traumatic brain injury, they belong to a workplace, a neighborhood, etc., etc., a group of friends from school, I don't know. But with a traumatic brain injury, sometimes belonging to these social spaces is disrupted.
People talk to my support worker.
Oh, you're over here.
Over me, I said, I am.
Is he
And my support worker always says, why don't you ask him, he always just sat there.
So we've got Martin sat in a wheelchair and 2 people talking over his head.
And a big ice cream cone.
And then when he's here, see the big difference? This is Martin.
Yeah.
What's the
I
difference?
thought he was.
He moved his boat.
He stood up.
Yeah, he's not in his wheelchair.
Yeah.
He's not in his wheelchair and he stood up.
This is the only place, even now, the only place I've seen specialists, I've seen loads of people, and it's the only place that when I talk to them, they don't make me feel like I'm going crazy. They don't look at me like I'm pathetic or stupid or I'm a malingerer or attention seeker.
I had my head injury in 1993, so it was a long time ago. So I've had many years to that around it. I was in Buxton, it's like a rehab place, and I had to learn to walk, talk, I had to have physio, I had to work with the OTs, and all this has made me as good as I am now, because I've been pushed.
I've been told that many times by different specialists I'm as good as what I'm going to get. And I don't believe that. I believe that with brain injury that you can make new connections, and I think I'm proof of that because of the way I was before and the way I am now. I was just on another planet for many, many years, and last year I think I started to, there was a change in me and I started to become more aware of the person that I am now.
Some people have a head injury, they sit at home, watch TV and don't do anything. That's not the way to do it, because you need to be active, keep your brain active and get out there and meet people and with similar problems to yourself, and that's what's brought me on. And because I've been coming such a long time, a lot of people ask me questions or the same problems I've had, we bounce off each other. I really enjoy it, and it's been a tonic.
We're coming here, it slows you down and it makes you think and communicate with the people here. I don't feel overwhelmed. I feel more relaxed. I don't feel like I have to try and be that person I used to be. You know, I can just be whoever I am now.
Once they realize something, which is that everyone here has a similar experience and they are not going to be judged, that is something quite liberating, you know, like that they can be themselves. And that, I feel, is something that generates an environment which is, I would say, very, very warm, you know, very welcoming. I mean, basically, you don't feel judged. You can be who you are, and that's is something relevant. It's kind of a human need.